life of men is essentially made up of two components: hard work and the lessons you learn from that hard work. In today's society, neither of these things are given, and as a result, men have gotten weaker, less masculine, and more distracted than ever. Here's the bitter reality, brother. A man that chases hard work will live a much happier life than the man who chases comfort. Why? Because a man has been hardwired to receive and sense a purpose from his hard work. You remove hard, meaningful work from a man's life, and all you are left with is a depressed, empty boy. Look around you, brother. This whole generation of men avoids hard, meaningful work. And where has it gotten them? Look at their relationships, their businesses, their morals and values. It's all one big pile of shit. I'm about to teach you the 5 hardest lessons that men learn too late in life. If you are young, then listen extra carefully to what I'm about to say. It will save you years of damage. Lesson number 1. Romanticism will break you. Relationships and who you have them with is the most crucial part of your life. The most important choices you'll make will in fact be about love and women. And most men have picked the wrong road in this regard many times in the past. In fact, there was an interview carried out with several millionaires and successful men, and 90% of them all had the same advice when it came to being successful. It wasn't the industry you should invest in, or how many hours you should work, or the time you should get up at. It was the women and relationships you chose to associate yourself with. That's right, brother. It's a choice that can either break you or make you. Take a look at Will Smith, or take a look at Johnny Depp. These men were unfortunate to be associated with the wrong women, and look at the black spot it left on their reputation and time. Then, on the other hand, you have men like Conor McGregor, who says that if it wasn't for his woman who supported him through the wins and losses, he may have quit a long time ago. Countless marriages today fail because men keep on choosing their spouses based on feelings and short-term euphoria rather than being mindful of who they're dealing with. On average, men have a tendency to pick the worst partners imaginable. Hostile, unfaithful women who have never experienced love or any form of care in their whole life. These are the common traits of the kind of women to avoid, but the real problem comes from the romantic feelings that you can develop for them. Romanticism is an invention of the modern era, and much like other inventions of our time, it's far from useful or ideal. When romanticism is the only thing that dictates what kind of relationships you get into, your love life will be cursed with dissatisfaction and unfaithfulness. That's because the way relationships were started in the past wasn't based upon mere romanticism, but by facts and logic. Lesson number 2. You have been lied to about success. Just think of your beliefs of happiness right now. What usually comes to mind is working for a good company, having a family, a house, and tons of money. When men like you actually went on to achieve that, they found out that this was in fact a nightmare. Stuck working a job that they hated, unable to love their wife properly and provide for their children, drowned in debt because of their mortgage, and so on. The mistake that was made here is simple. They gave all of their trust on someone else's belief. Brother, always remember, the definition of success is different for each and every human. For one man, his definition of success would be to live as long as possible with a good health. On the other hand, there would be another man whose definition of success would be to sacrifice his life for his country and die young. Is either of them right or wrong? No, but this definition is your purpose. Live by it, cherish it, and don't let anyone force their own definition on you. I've seen so many university students simply pick a course because their friend was doing it and regret it later down the line. They look back 2 years down the line and wonder, oh, I should have picked the other course. Now I've just wasted 2 years of my life. The same is true to your purpose and your definition of success. Definitely learn from others, but don't fall into their frame unless it benefits you directly. Lesson number 3. Any and all actions have consequences. I know it may sound cliche to you, but the overwhelming majority of men these days never truly grasp what this lesson means. Imagine spending the best years of your progress stuck in a dead-end job, ignoring your health and wasting time whilst living a casual life with whatever girlfriend you might be able to get. After years of living like this, you're bound to find out why there's so many videos about using your 20s to the fullest. Depression, economic instability, and a failing relationship are going to be your new priorities, and life will begin to spiral down into chaos, uncertainty, and mediocrity. Living a life casually where you just go with the flow is perhaps one of the greatest sins you can commit as a man. A man is a ruler, a conqueror. He doesn't just go with the flow. Instead, he creates his own flow. Remember, my brother, your day-to-day life is made up by actions, while your future is constructed by the consequences of these actions. Everything you do today could bring you blessing or be your downfall in 10 years down the line. The only way for you to escape a bleak future is to learn how to think critically. If you develop your brain to think and make big, life-changing decisions effectively and without uncertainty, your destiny will be in your hands. Lesson number 4. Obedience is often the wrong choice. As men, we naturally dominate. It is our instinct and desire to take control and the lead. So, when we obey someone else's orders, we are causing ourselves harm. Now, don't get me wrong. Obedience is a great virtue, but it all comes down to who you are obeying and why you are doing it. Think about a soldier in World War II. It was right for them to obey their commander in charge. If they didn't obey, they could get themselves killed or the other soldiers who stood beside them. But especially in the manipulative world that you live in today, brother, it's better for you to say no to most things than to say yes. Most men stay obedient to the wrong cause, the wrong crowd, the wrong women, the wrong boss. If you still don't know when to obey or not, here is a simple trick to practice your judgment. When you're being forced to do something unnecessary that doesn't even benefit you in any way, then keep in your mind that you're letting your own self be crushed. When you take this in consideration and think about all the times you let people, organizations, or systems take control of you without giving anything back, you'd realize how brainwashed you truly are. The solution to this is simple. Keep yourself above anything and anyone else. Don't be selfish, but focus on self-preservation. If you start to value your time and your decisions highly, then getting dominated by others when it is unnecessary will be a thing of the past. And finally, lesson number 5. It is better to be alone than to be with the wrong people. So many men these days waste their lives with the worst kinds of people, just because they consider them to be friends or because they can't deal with loneliness. Because of that, they end up having the most mediocre of lives by fueling their motivations with instant gratification and letting their goals rot because of other people's disapproval. During all of that, men who take monk mode seriously end up ravaging the world around them and dominating everything they desire. Being on the path of self-improvement is difficult and lonely. Oftentimes, you can find yourself stuck between the option of choosing success and loneliness, or friends and mediocrity. The truth is, even if you end up choosing the second option, you'll end up feeling miserable forever, while the first one will leave you sad and lonely only for a short while. So, stop wasting your precious time with people who don't even give you theirs. Become unstoppable, even if others will dislike you for it. Have the courage to detach yourself from them and to face the world on your own, at least for a while. To see the next best way to level up as a man, check this video here.